Hi dear subscribers, most watch me without a subscription, support my channel with a subscription, and I will make you happy with new story. Story 1. My grandmother thinks she's entitled to controlling my life. To start off, I, 27F, have lived with my gran, 77F, all my life. She raised my older brother and I, and for that, I am eternally grateful. However, even though I love her, I have to admit that my gran has always been extremely entitled, controlling, and even manipulative, mostly regarding my life in particular. I still live at home, and I act as her caretaker, as well as helping out my autistic brother. And, because someone has made the accusation before, and no, that doesn't mean I'm just mooching off of her. I actually take care of her. I cook her meals, I clean up for her, I help her bathe, do her hair, and get dressed, I help her get to the bathroom and clean up after, I help her sort out her meds, I run errands and do the shopping, as I'm the only one who can drive, I help her get to appointments, I push her wheelchair whenever she's in it, and I do anything and everything else she needs. I've been doing most of these things since I was still in high school. Yes, she pays for everything, but that's only because she hasn't allowed me to get a job in almost 8 years, always telling me things like, "What if you were at work? But I really needed you," among other things. And even when I had a job, she took all but a fraction of every paycheck to put towards bills, which I was fine with at the time because I felt like it was only fair to pay my share since I finally had an income. Every time I bring up looking for a job now, she has a million reasons to keep me from doing so. Most recently, though, she's taken to hating my boyfriend, 24M, of 6 years, for pretty much no real reason besides for dating me. She talks shit about him constantly, calling him useless and good for nothing, insulting him behind his back on an almost daily basis, even though he's bent over backwards to help me out in many situations. She makes comments like he must not love you very much since he never comes around. But then she pitches a fit every time he asks me on a date, and the only time she ever wants him coming to our house is when she can exploit him, like roping him into moving furniture or cleaning out the garage. She makes backhanded remarks about how we've been together for 6 years, but he's never proposed, but then raises hell if I spend more than a couple of hours with him on a date. She's even told me, "I'd like for you to give me a great-grandchild sometime before I die," but she loses her mind if my boyfriend even so much as kisses me anywhere near her. My boyfriend is the sweetest, kindest, most hardworking guy I've ever known, and he treats me better than anyone in my life ever has. He even has a great job and makes a decent living, owns his own home and car, and is very good with his finances. But she still has to nitpick every little thing about him to try and turn me against him. She even talks shit about his family, mother and brother, even though they also treat me extremely well. And no matter how much I defend any of them, she won't stop. This kind of came to a head the other night. For context, we've just been informed by our landlord that come June 2023, he's selling the house we're renting, so unless we can come up with $30,000 to buy it from him, we'll have to move. That's a whole different can of worms in and of itself, but what floored me was that, a few nights ago, my gran went from insulting my boyfriend's hair, he's been growing it out, to maybe we should move to state that's 2 states away so you can get away from him in the same breath. And no, she wasn't joking. I've been with him 6 years, but she wants me to move away from him because she hates him. Now, as far as possibly having to move out in a year, she 100% assumes that I most definitely have to move with her and my brother to keep taking care of them, no exceptions. My boyfriend and I are already talking about sitting down with her to discuss my moving in with him instead, and I'm dreading that discussion, because I know it won't go well. All she's done for years is depend on me to the point that she actively refuses outside help because Bunny can just do it. She refuses to move to a retirement or assisted living home, and, to make things worse, she's already decided that, after she's gone, I will be taking over full care of my brother, without even considering what I want to do with my life. I just know she's going to go postal and lay on a massive guilt trip when I finally tell her I want to move out entirely, but I want to get on with my own life. I'm tired of my gran thinking she's entitled to my life. I'm sorry I don't have a conclusion for this right now. I'll try to post an update when we finally talk to her. Any advice for that conversation is welcome. I'll need all the help I can get. Edit, I just wanted to say thank you for all of the support and advice. It feels so good to have so many people in my corner for once. First update post, June 5, 2022. For the context of my situation, you can find my original post here. To sum it up, my gran raised me and still controls my life, but now I'm 27 and ready to move out. Now for the update, I've come to the decision that I'm moving out by the end of summer, at the very latest. I haven't told Gran yet, but I will sometime in the next couple weeks, after I've made a few more preparations. My boyfriend and his family are behind me no matter what she says or does, and I'm fully prepared to dispute any guilt trip she might throw at me over my decision. I wanted to say thank you to the people who left supportive comments and advice on my original post. I can't even express how good it feels to have so many people on my side. If any of you are reading this, please know that I'm taking your advice to heart and doing what I can to be prepared for the move. I'll make another update after I've finally told Gran, if anyone's interested. Wish me luck. Edit, I wanted to add, the one thing I'm most worried about regarding moving out is what my Gran will want to do about my dog. Her name is on his vet record because she made me give them her name instead of mine when we first got him. She buys his food and pays for his basic care, yearly shots, flea treatment, etc., only because, as I said in the original post, I'm not allowed to work, so I have no money. When we got him, she insisted he was my dog, and she continues calling him my dog. And I do everything for him. I've trained him, I feed him, I walk him, I bathe him, I clip his nails, etc. I don't ask my Gran or my brother to do any of that, because again, he's my dog. I love him so much, and I couldn't imagine losing him. But I'm worried that, when I tell her I'm leaving, she'll insist on keeping him out of spite, since he's hers as far as his records go. But I love my dog, and I know for a fact that she and my brother won't be able to take care of him without me because she's disabled and my brother is lazy. I'm not sure what I could do in that case, so any advice would be welcome. Relevant comments. I've decided to stand firm in telling her that I won't be at her beck and call. If she's willing to be civil, I won't mind doing small things here or there, like taking her to doctor's appointments when the public transit bus in town, her usual method of getting places because it's wheelchair friendly, is busy, or coming by just to visit and or do light housekeeping if she needs it. But I won't be suckered into coming back every other day to keep taking care of her. And if she doesn't want to be civil and tries to make it a me or your boyfriend fight, I'm going with my boyfriend. I won't waste my energy trying to reason with her if she just wants a war. I'm looking into a couple different assisted living places in town. And my boyfriend's mom has connections with some facilities/services that help autistic adults learn to live on their own. Second update post, June 16, 2022. Hello friends. I wanted to stop in with a small update on my situation. My boyfriend and I have decided to talk to Gran on the 25th. I've been cleaning, organizing, and packing up my things to the best of my ability without alerting my Gran or brother, and I've located and secured all of my important legal documents. A solid plan has been made for Gran to make payments to own the house, so she and my brother won't have to move after all. We've decided to tell her before the contract is finalized, so she won't be able to use it to keep me in the house. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, thank you! I'm incredibly nervous about telling her, but I'll be glad to get it done. I'll come back with the results after then. Wish me luck. Thank you all again for all of your support. It means the world to me. Third update post, June 25, 2022. Hello friends. An update on the situation. My boyfriend and I finally told Gran I'm ready to move out, and she was, quite surprisingly, rather okay with it. She did start off with the expected "why do you want to leave?" and "well, what am I supposed to do?" questions, and sprinkled in some things about still needing help with certain tasks, but in the end, she admitted that she figured it would happen eventually, and that she can't stop me. She didn't even argue about wanting to keep my dog, and admitted that he'd be too much for her and my brother to handle. We did offer to help her find a cat or a smaller dog to keep her company. Something that she and my brother could take care of much more easily than my 40-pound bag of energized muscles. Because she was so amicable about it, I told her that I'm willing to stick around long enough to help make sure that her rent-to-own contract with the landlord goes through all right. She signs on the 30th, but I won't be co-signing anything since I won't be living here. And she's admitted that my brother needs to learn to start taking care of himself and doing normal housework, so she's going to start looking into services to help him with that, as well as a better home care service so Gran will still have a little bit of help when I'm gone. Her only stipulation was that she wants my boyfriend and I to be married before I move in with him. old-fashioned values, and all that jazz. We're prepared to fight her a bit on that front since it would mean another year or more of waiting while we set it up, and we've already been together for nearly 7 years at this point, but if need be, we don't mind getting engaged just to prevent a fight. To clarify, we do want to get married at some point, but I don't want to keep staying at home as a live-in maid for over a year while we get a wedding planned, and I don't want to get married just because she wants me to. We'll get married when we want to, but we don't mind an official engagement in the meantime since we're practically engaged already, sans ring. I'm honestly so surprised that she took it so well. Here's hoping she doesn't change her mind when it comes time to start moving things out. I'd like to say another big thanks to everyone who's been supporting and encouraging me through all this. It's been such a godsend to read all of your comments, and I'm forever grateful to have such lovely people at my back. I'll come back in a couple of weeks with, hopefully, my final update. Fourth update post, October 15th, 2022. Hello friends. It's been quite a while since I updated on this situation, and that's because I've spent the last 3 months in a very precarious balancing act. First off, if no one feels like reading my other posts, I'm 27, 28 in 2 weeks, and my gran has dictated and controlled my life as far back as I can remember, while treating me like a free servant and restricting me from having a job or very much of a social life. I finally decided 3 months ago to tell her I'll be moving in with my boyfriend of 7 years, and she seemed oddly okay with the decision, if a little bitter, so I've been taking my time to pack and move my stuff bit by bit so I could also help her out by cleaning and organizing the house and figuring out ways for her and my brother to get by without me being there 24/7. We've had a number of household calamities during that time, including having to replace a number of old fixtures that all broke down at once. So I've been doing what I can to help with all of that, even though it's forced me to put off moving for even longer. Problem is, the more time passes, and the more things I move, my gran has gotten less and less okay with me moving. She snarks at me every time I haul out a set of boxes, saying everything from he's going to keep all of your stuff and throw you out on the street if you break up, right, to he'll make you throw most of your shit out since he won't want all of that crowding his house. She keeps implying that my BF will make me get rid of my dog because he has cats, even though he's never even indicated such a thing and has actually made a lot of plans to make it easier to socialize them. And of course there are the guilt trips. I've done my absolute best to be civil and mature, debating and explaining things to her rather than fighting, staying in the house way longer than I ever intended to help her out and be the bigger person. But now, I'm done. My BF took me out for lunch today, and we hung out for a while. I gave her over an hour's notice before we left, and she didn't tell me she needed anything. We were gone a couple of hours, and she didn't say anything when I came home. Cut to dinner time, and she starts passive-aggressively talking shit about me to my brother, knowing I was in the room, about how I took off to have lunch and didn't give a shit if either of them ate. And after 3 months of holding my tongue and playing nice, I snapped. We fought for a bit, and she ended up bitching about how I spend all my time with BF and don't care about her, and I told her that at, almost, 28 years old, I don't need her permission to be an adult. And she said, "You wanna leave? Then go. You'll regret walking out on your brother and me as soon as you do." Just ignoring the fact that I've been systematically moving for the last 3 months already. So I'm done. I haven't spoken to her for the last couple of hours, and I already texted my BF telling him that I'll be moved out by the end of the week. That gives me enough time to pack the last of my stuff and get it hauled out, and him enough time to get everything set for me to move in, plus he works the rest of the week and won't be free to help me until Friday. By Friday, I plan to be moved, no matter what Gran says or does. Expect an update by Friday or Saturday on the move. I imagine Gran'll have more to say by then, but I'm through with playing her games. Wish me luck. Same post is update October 22nd, 2022. Update. I moved out. I just got up from my first night spent in the new place. So far I'm still adjusting, as is my dog. But I'm confident everything will work out. My gran gave me some grief when I told her I was finally making the move, but it was nothing major. She threw out some "you're just abandoning us, and why do you need to go live with him so bad?" But she quieted down as we were loading up my things. In all honesty, I think she might have been more sad than angry, for right now at least. But I think she and my brother got through the night just fine without me, so here's hoping everyone can be happier with this arrangement. I've got a lot of cleaning and unpacking to do, so I'm signing off for now. Thanks again to everyone for their encouragement and well wishes. Final update, November 27th, 2022. Hello friends. It's been a while since my last update on this situation, but I thought I'd check in with one last update for anyone who was interested. I've been living with my boyfriend for about a month now, and things are going really well. In fact, my boyfriend is now my fiancé. Gran has cooled down a lot, though she still gets a bit testy when I haven't talked to her for a few days. She and my brother got a kitten to keep them company, and I've been very impressed by how much my brother has actually stepped up to help out since I moved. I visit and chat with them a couple times a week, and I even had a Thanksgiving with them, and then one with fiancé's family the next day. As for me, I've been slowly adjusting to life without strict rules and restrictions. Fiancé and his family have been amazing to me. Anytime I've started to struggle or get overwhelmed with the change, they're right there to talk me down. It's amazing to feel so much love and support from family. They've helped me get settled in and got me some things I've never had all to myself before, like a lovely set of cooking pans. Even my dog has settled into the new place well, and I take him over to see Gran every now and then. So far things have been working out well, and I'm hoping they get even better as everyone gets used to the new rhythm of life. I want to thank everyone here that's supported and encouraged me through this whole ordeal. You all helped me keep a level head going into the move,
Don't forget to
and you're all
subscribe.
amazing.
Thank you.